My dear listener, thank God for your life. This is another day that the Creator God has made, that we all should rejoice and be glad. My name is Oluwafumine Daniel, and I want to welcome you once again on this platform, the Financial Fellowship Series. Thank God for the previous episode on this platform, and thank you for your comments, word of motivation, and questions. Thank everyone for listening, and thank you most importantly for taking practical steps to delete some of this mindset that gets us into the kind of financial mess. I really want to appreciate God for your life, and I believe that things will definitely work well for you. Let me begin by saying the Lord is He that gives you the strength to make, to create wealth. The Lord gives strength to create wealth. You get it now. So all you need to pray for is the strength to be creative. Then financial flow can always be your experience. Once again, get your written material, get your pen, your writing pad, your papers, and what have you, and let's learn together. Let's study together. So far, we have looked at about 11 lifestyle that keep people, into the kind of financial mess, and the kind number is a poverty 1212. That's 24 lifestyles that keep people, in the danger of poverty. So today we're going to continue from where we stopped, but just a brief recap. Last episode we look at excuse mentality, fear of unknown, fond of cheap purchase, gluttony, lack of accountability, and lack of financial education. So today we're going to start, or we continue, so to say, on lifestyle number 12 that keeps people in the kind of financial mess. Just a moment, please. Yeah, the kind of financial mess. Okay. The lifestyle number 12 is living another person's life. Living another person's life. You are unique in your own nature. When you begin to pattern your life after another person, after your friend, after your colleague, after someone else, you are a fake. You are duplicate. You are no longer original. Everyone is wired uniquely. You are unique in your own way. So what works for you will not work for me. What works for Mr. A will not work for Sister B. So you've got to understand and appreciate your uniqueness. You are uniquely created. So it's never a mistake for God to have created you the way He has created you. And it's not an accident. It's not an accident for you to be where you are now. The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, begins with a step. So you don't rush. You don't try to be where somebody who had taken 100 steps so far, and here you are, you just want to start. So you don't compare your life, compare your financial status with someone who has taken maybe 500 steps in that journey. So it's a different ballgame. And how do we do that? Sister A has this hairstyle. I appreciate it. I must have it. Oh, she put on a clothes. I must put on that clothes. I must go for that clothes. Oh, he's bought a new car. I must buy that same car. How are you competing? Life is not about competition. It should be a complementation. As a matter of fact, instead of competing with the person, why can't you be creative and do something much more valuable than the one you are looking at in brother A or sister B's life. So you see sister A, you see brother B is seated with chicken, and then is taking McDonald's, is taking, eating in a particular way. He could afford it, but can you? So instead of you compromising your resources and then waste the little resources that you should have invested, instead of wasting it to compete with brother B or compete with sister A, be yourself, be original. Check it out. Each time you've been competing, each time you've been covetously competing with the people you see around, have you come out of your financial mess? At the end of the day, you satisfy the body, and psychologically, mentally, you feel sick, and then you are blaming yourself, to have ventured into what you did. So the bottom line is, be unique. Do not live another person's life. Don't pattern your life after someone else's. Be yourself. No, in Latin we say poco a poco, little by little, you will be there. And let me tell you one thing. The mere fact that your friend or the person you started together is making millions today does not mean that you will not. It's just a matter of time. So don't live your life according to someone else. In other words, when you stop living another person's life, you are coming out of financial mess. Number 13 is living beyond your income. It boils down to living another person's life. Living beyond your income. There are individuals, they are fond of buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later. It's not a good lifestyle. Be comforted, be satisfied with the little. Let no one despise your humble beginning. Don't live above what you earn. Your monthly income is $200. Can't you plan your life, and even right from that $200 you can still set aside resources that you can invest. And so when you are so addicted to the mentality of I must buy this one, I must get this one, I need this one, and therefore, okay, you know what, can you give it to me, I'll pay you like this. No, it's not good. However, let me put it this way. Instrumental payment is a welcome development, provided you are purchasing an asset. Provided you are investing into an asset. You want to get an asset. This thing is something that will fetch you more income, that will enhance and facilitate your journey into wealth, into prosperity. Then instrumental payment, buy now and start paying later, can be encouraged. But if it is buying stuff, what to eat, what to put on, and all the rest, I want to say you have to stop it. So if you must come out of the kind of financial mess, you've got to stop living beyond your income. Don't overshoot things. Don't cultivate the debtor's lifestyle, living in debt every now and then. When do you want to come out of debt? When do you want to say, okay, I want my resources, I want this investment to take care of this one take care of this. Let me give you a story of a man I know. He wanted a Mercedes-Benz. He wanted to buy a Mercedes-Benz, but he doesn't have the money. And guess what he did? So the little money he was making that time, he put it up to start a business. And guess what the business is? He was selling water. He was selling water. So invested that money into selling water, and then it became because in the environment where he was, good drinkable water was a major problem. So he started supplying water, So from that investment, the profit made from that investment into water was what he used to buy the Mercedes Benz. So you can do the same thing. You can always invest into something that will generate resources, then you can get those things you want. The next thing is the next lifestyle, which is lifestyle number 14, is living on credit. Living on credit. This affects most people in the Western world. In Western world, there is a policy, a government policy that allows financial institutions to give credit cards to people, and the reason is just to make sure that nobody lacks anything, so that even if you don't have the physical cash, you can always live on your credit, use your credit card to make purchase. That's a good idea. But guess what? Unless you are financially wise, that same credit can leave you, can let your life remain in perpetual debts. I want you to think about it. Unless you're financially wise. And that's, so many people have been in Western world for many years and they are still in poverty, they are still in debt because they are not financially wise. So they consider that credit as something to, as a substitute for cash. You can use that same, build up your credit score, and to acquire assets, to acquire properties. And those properties, you can give it out as rent, you can sell it, you get resources, you will get profit, and then service the credit as well. So stop living on credit to satisfy immediate enjoyment. Stop living on credit. Stop using your credit card for gas, only for gas, for grocery, for clothing, for shoes. No. You've got to be financially wise. Then and only then you can deal with the monster called poverty. So what a brilliant opportunity to be given a credit. Why don't you build up your credit and become an estate owner, and become an investor, and become a business tycoon? So if you continue to live on credit, you will continue to travel with a car of financial mess. The day you made up your mind to change your mindset about credit, a credit card, I want to say congratulations, because it is then you begin to to see life differently, and you begin to enjoy sound mind, sound health, and prosperity. Lifestyle number 15, living without effective and efficient budgeting. 2 words: effective and efficient budgeting. The word effective is the ability to get something done. You have the ability, you have the strength, you have the energy to do something. And efficiency is doing that same thing on time. In other words, spiritually, you are acting in season. You are working in your season. You don't miss your season. So effective and efficient budgeting has to do with a kind of budget that has the ability to deal with your financial situation and on time. So if you lack budgeting, for instance, you can never come out financial mess. Why people run into financial mess is just lack of budgeting, and not just budgeting, effective one, the one that is capable to give room for settling debt, to give room for, okay, these are the things I need to buy, these are the things I need to put in place, these are the things I need to suspend for now. An efficiency or efficient budget, that is the one that works for you now. In economy, now one of the factors of economy is scale of preference. A scale of preference is putting things in order of priority. Which one comes first? Which comes second? Which one comes later? That's what budgeting does. So you write those things you needed to do, but in order of priority. So with that, you become effective, but and then you become efficient allocating resources. Now, one thing about budgeting is this: it's just a proposal. It doesn't mean the money is there. It's usually a proposal. So if you propose that on grocery this month I'm going to be spending $20, light bill $15, this bill like that, you are so each time you want to go to the store for grocery, you are checked by what you have put down. So anything above $20 gives you a caution that no, this month I put there that is not going to be above $20. And with that, you will realize that you are making more money. You have enough for reserve. You have enough for reserve. Effective and efficient budgeting also disciplines what you eat. It disciplines you as to the number of places you go, a number of things you associate yourself with. Number 16 is lifestyle. Number 16 is the misuse of available energy. Let me just put it straightforward. Now that you are young, now that the brain is there, now that the energy is there, channel it judiciously to something that will profit you. Stop laboring, stop hunting after the shadow of Job. There are two words here: job and work. Now that you are young, now that you have the energy, work, and stop misusing your energy to do a job. Job is what you are paid for. Work is what you are created to do. As a matter of fact, the job you are doing is a product of the work that someone who had that vision had been able to put down. So in other words, if you are working as a nursing assistant, for example, with an agency, the agency is the product of the work of the founder. So you are only there to do the job. You get it now. Excuse me. So what I'm saying is, the job is what occupies you. The job is what takes much of your energy, most of your time. So as much as a job is good, I want to say, channel your energy to work. Work with your seed. Work is what you created to do. The brilliant idea, the talent, the giftings in your system. That is what you should prioritize and do and channel your energy to do. So now that you are young, now that you have the capacity, brethren, stop hunting after the shadow of another person's vision. Work out your own vision. Okay. No knowledge of entrepreneurship. No knowledge of entrepreneurship. I just told you the story of a man who wanted a Mercedes-Benz, but realized that in this community, water is lacking. So his mind was open to entrepreneurship, and then he became wealthy. Don't be captivated by the word entrepreneurship. It's a big word, but very simple. Doing business. Every problem is a business. Every problem you see is a business. You just need the mindset of an entrepreneur. So where you are, do they have toothpaste? Do they have water like that young man? I know a story of two sales rep. Let me quickly tell you the story. Sales rep number one was sent to a village. Now because they were selling shoes, to go market shoes to see whether shoes will sell in that place. Now when he got there, he realized that people don't put on shoes. And so he felt, no, we cannot sell here because people don't put on shoe. So he came by, gave his report. The second sales rep was sent there. When he saw that people don't put on shoe, he was so excited. He was so happy. He said, no, this is money. This is prospect. And he came back with his own report. So what's the difference between the two? The mindset, the knowledge of entrepreneurship. So all he's got to do is to teach them how to wear shoe, and that opens door for him for prosperity. So stop complaining. Stop looking down at the problems. Stop abandoning the problems. Every problem for an entrepreneur, for somebody with the mindset of an entrepreneurship, is a business. So what do you need? When you lack the knowledge of entrepreneurship, you're going to remain in financial mess. So the way out is venture into entrepreneurship. Learn about it. Know what it means and what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Be out there to solve someone's problem. Provide services. Do you know that mere counseling can launch you into the realm of prosperity? You just counsel people. Somebody is about to commit suicide, and you are there to counsel the person, and his life turned around, and the person is like, no, my life turned around. I've got to appreciate this person and give you estate. So every problem is a business. You only need the knowledge of entrepreneurship, and if you do, you will come out of financial mess. The next lifestyle is no knowledge of difference between necessities and luxuries. After this, I'll do one more, and then we draw the curtain for today. No knowledge of difference between necessities and luxuries. What is necessity? Things you can't but do with. Things you can't just do. You can't compromise. For instance, clothes is a necessity. I can't go out naked. You can't walk on the street naked, even though there are some people that do that technically. Food is a necessity. The car you drive is a necessity. Shelter is a necessity. No, bed is a necessity. You need to sleep. But when necessity becomes a luxury, there is a problem. So if, for instance, I am addicted to clothes, then I want to buy every cloth in the store. Whether have you seen somebody going to the store to say, oh, I'm going to the store to get, say for instance, I'm going to the store to get a pen. I need this particular pen. And he enters that same store area because he's addicted to clothing. Then he say the terrain of clothes hang. Then his mind is distracted from the original reason why he's in that store. Then he start looking at the clothes and end up buying clothes and forget what he has gone to buy. And that's what we're saying. So when anything becomes luxury for you, you want to spend your last penny to get that thing. And guess what? You buy it and you realize that you don't even need it now. Anything that you are not making use of within the space of 30 days, you don't need it. It has become a luxury for you. So when electronics becomes a luxury for an individual, check their life. They want to buy every electronics. In the toilet you see television, you see electronic set. In the living room you see it. In the bedroom, in the kitchen, because it has become a luxury. Every new phones they want to buy. The same thing if a car. I had a story of a man, I saw it on the social media, who has 7,000 cars in his compound. And he was interviewed, he said he's just enjoying a light car. So 7,000 cars, that is billions of dollars, man. Somebody is looking for, that's enough to start selling cars. But that is his own lifestyle. It's luxury. But you have not attained that position, you've not gotten there, why should you compete and why should you be covetous of such an individual? You must be able to differentiate between necessities and luxuries. What exactly do you need? What are the things you need at the moment? Go for them. Those are the things you need to, put your money into, and not surrounding yourself with stuffs. Why people have stuffs in their house, why their room is scattered, why their basement, their closet is loaded with all manners of stuff, it's just because of lack of knowledge and the difference between necessities and luxury. If you begin to go for those things that are necessarily needed for you, you will realize that you will reduce stuffs in your life, in your home. Fresh air will be able to flow into that apartment or wherever you are. Then you can be able to live in good health and in prosperity. And finally, for today is no vision, goals, but a dream. When you have no vision, you have no goals, but a dream. Dream is it's just something that is a flash. I wish, maybe someday I will. No, those are dreams, and not every dream becomes reality. So on vision, I will be doing a teaching on vision per se, an in-depth studied on vision. So I will do that in the course of the week. That will help us to differentiate between vision and dream. Many people misunderstood vision for dream and dream for vision. These are two different things. Vision is a picture of the future. Dream is just an assumption of what you should, what you like, what you should be. And usually it's just something you say. And that's why sometimes somebody wake up and see himself in dream, counting money or driving in a luxury car, living in an edifice, and he wakes up and it's like nothing. Just say, that's a dream. So dream is just a flash. So if your life has always been like that you see this building, I like this building, I will live there one day. This one, it's just a flash in your mind. You will not come out of financial mess. So the way out is stop dreaming the kind of dream that you will not be able to realize. So I will be doing something on vision in the course of the week, and in depth. So, and I want to encourage you to watch that video. It will blow your mind, and it will expose you to what vision really is. So I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. Go over these lifestyles that we have discussed today, work on them, and then take pragmatic steps to delete some of them. If you notice them in your life, do away with it. Make a U-turn, repent, and make a change. Change is difficult, but it's not impossible. Change is inevitable. You can make a change and be the best. So my desire is above all things that thou mayest be in health and prosper, that you live elderly and enjoy the prosperity that is just around you. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Hope to see you in the course of the week on the teaching about vision. Till then, bye.